Now, the hearing and the dispute over the 2.5 billion shilling ballot printing tender continues today after the opposition Cord and the ruling party Jubilee asked to be enjoined in the case. The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission has opposed the move, arguing that it will only drag the hearing of the matter. KTN's Rita Tinina now reports. And of course, we are speaking to our senior reporter, Rita Tinina, from our City Centre studios. A very good afternoon to you, Rita. All right, she is not really at the City Centre studios, but on the streets of the Nairobi CBD. Rita, thank you very much for joining us. The hearing was scheduled for today. Just let us in on how it went down.
Well, Akisa, we're actually just outside National Bank House, and this is where the Public Procurement Administrative Review Board sits. And yesterday, the hearing kicked off with two issues pending. One was that Cord and Jubilee was seeking to be enjoined in the matter. One of those rare occasions that the two sides, Cord and Jubilee, were speaking in one voice. And also the IEBC, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, was making a preliminary objection to the case. A little background to this is that the IEBC awarded the 2.5 billion shilling tender for the printing of ballot papers for next year's general election to a Dubai-based company, Al Ghurair. There were 9 bidders in that tender process. One loser, that is PAL from South Africa, then challenged the issue that the fact that Al Ghurair from Dubai had been awarded the tender. They argued that some issues had been overlooked by the IEBC as they tendered the process, the ballot paper tender. And so the PAL Media of South Africa then lodged a complaint with the Public Procurement Administrative Review Board. And so yesterday the hearing began. And today the board was to make a decision on whether or not to enjoin Cord and Jubilee in the matter, as well as rule on the preliminary objection by IEBC. On the issue of whether Cord or Jubilee should be enjoined in the matter, the board has ruled that they can join as interested parties. Yesterday, Cord and Jubilee arguing that they have supporters who account for at least 90% of the population in the country, and so therefore they were arguing that whatever happens in the run-up to the elections, the preparations, and even the election itself, saying that the election is not just a periodic event. It is a matter that affects the country. It is a matter that brings in a government, and the government policies then affect the residents of Kenya. And so they were saying they have a stake in this. The other issue was the preliminary objection by the IEBC. The law requires that once the IEBC or the procuring entity, in this case the IEBC, decides on who is going to provide the ballot paper or who wins the tender, then it notifies all the bidders, the winner plus all the losers, and it should, if anyone then has an objection, they should file an objection within 14 days. In this case, PAL Media of South Africa arguing that they received their notification late. IEBC says it issued that notification to all the parties on the 18th of last month. The IEBC says we sent that application and all the parties received it, but PAL Media of South Africa saying they didn't receive that application on the 18th of November. They received it on the 28th, so they were 10 days late. They filed their application on the 7th of this month, and IEBC was arguing that PAL Media is time-barred in filing its application. The IEBC, the Public Procurement Administrative and Review Board, has ruled that PAL Media can go ahead and make its application. And so this afternoon by 5 p.m., all the parties in this matter should have given or should have filed their submissions to each other. And tomorrow at 10 in the morning, then the board will begin hearing what they say is the substantive matter. Remember, they only have until Monday to make a final decision. A decision that will have consequences, of course, for the country, for Al Ghurair of Dubai. PAL Media is seeking to have a review of that tender. They are seeking to have the tender cancelled and a fresh bid put in place. Also, what they say is a bidders conference should be held. Akisa.
Rita, thank you very much for that. That is our senior reporter, Rita Tinina, giving us the latest updates. And as she says, the board has ruled that Cord and Jubilee can be enjoined on that particular case. And we will definitely be bringing you the developments as